Ma'at Hotep. Greetings. I am Satra Niteret Kafa Abe Menuk Ma'at. Today's video is called I'm Tired of. Many people sit around their house all day long blaming people or the white man or society, the media, for all their woes, for all their problems, why they can't get a job, why the relationships are not working, why why my health is the manner that it is, and so on and so on. And on my way home from dropping my son off at his friend's house tonight, I was thinking about some of those things. And some of these things that I was tired of, just tired of hearing. The excuses that we come up with that is just not valid anymore. We sit there and say, I'm not able to get a job because, the way that the stuff they build or how they create the system, they make it so that what is considered as minorities can't make it up, the line of success so that they can be able to do all these great things. But yet, obviously, there are those who can do that. So what is the difference between those who can and from those who say they can't? Or is it just the difference because of those who do versus those who just don't? See, that is a thing. We all are created and designed in a unique way of having gifts that are for us. And if you feel so strongly that you can't make it in their system, that you can't go out there and get a job and work for somebody, then obviously your other path to take is that you need to work for yourself. But then you say, okay, well, if I want to work for myself, how am I going to do that? I don't have the money. I don't have the capital to do that. I'm not going to be able to do all these things. And how am I going to get a business started anyway? Okay, just like anything else, like when a new song comes out, or a rapper is going to come out that is something that you really like, you're going to research it and find out when the next time they're going to be playing in your city that you're in. That's what researching does. But you research things that are not important compared to the things that are important. See, I'm tired of so many things. I'm tired of all the excuses that my people have allowed and accepted in our common unity. How are we ever going to evolve? How are we going to ever rise above if we're always allowing ourselves in thought that we can never rise above, that we can never get back to where we were, or be more than what we are now, to see more within ourselves? We have to stop blaming everybody outside of us and start looking in the mirror and seeing that we are the cause of our own problems. Yes, they may have created the environment. But then you have people who are born in what is considered negative environments, what is considered or called the hood or the ghetto, or for other people who are not of the black race, who live in trailer parks in areas that are not so prevalent, allowing them to be successful in whatever it is that they think they want to do. So they take these little odd jobs and end up being waitresses or waiters for the rest of their lives, busboys, working as a mechanic in a shop somewhere, or all these different things. And not saying that these are lower end jobs, because actually there are plenty of servers out there, plenty of people who work in the auto industry that make a lot of money, and some more than people who work in the office. So trust me, I've also done this. I was a server as well, so I know that money can be made in that area, in that arena. But you have people who are successful in a negative environment, and you have people who are unsuccessful in a positive environment. So that lets me know that it's about your state of mind. Why don't you want to succeed? That's the question. Why do you want to sit back and let people take care of you? Or not even let anybody take care of you? You're not even taking care of yourself. People not even taking care of their responsibilities. You have to at some point be tired of repeating certain things in history. You sit here and you wonder why we are not able to get certain types of jobs, why we're not able to get into certain types of schools. Yes, their system is screwed. They designed the system so that certain things, certain people can't rise above. But there's always ways to rise above, because anything that man has created is not only just corrupt, but it has so many loopholes and ways that you can get through it, which obviously many of our blacks have done that and made it through. They have made it through the educational system and not allowed their education system to bring them down or shut them down or allow them to think that they can't move forward. But there are so many of us who allow a certain way of thinking to grow within our household, within our family, within our common unity, within our black nation, within the village. You can make it if you want to make it. And if you don't know how to make it, what is so hard about asking somebody something? There are businesses out here or organizations out here who are here to help you so that you can get started. Have it ever occurred to you that stop worrying about working for somebody else, another company that's making them rich, put more money into their pocket so they can do more things for their family and their friends, traveling all around the world while you're working 5, 8, 12-hour shifts a day, barely making enough money of minimum wage to take care of your household, to pay the bills, and pay your car notes, and put food on the table and clothe the people in your family. You're working for somebody else that's barely doing anything for you, but you're making them rich, thinking that you're doing something for yourself and your family. When they basically are still doing what they did before, back when slavery came into being, is that all you're doing is that they're feeding you the scraps off of the dinner table. And you are saying, thank you, master, I'm happy, because I got some food because master loved me. No, you deserve more than some scraps off of a table. Stop working for them, making them richer, and not even bringing it back to help the others that are in your common unity. And if you are going to work for them, and you are going to still end up making them richer, then use your money wisely. Invest it, save it, put it away. Put it aside. Don't talk to nobody about it. And acquire enough money so that you can be able to start your own business, hire from within the common unity, so that you can start building the black village up again. Creating our own school systems, creating and developing our own health systems, our doctors, our lawyers, our teachers, our spiritual guides, building up the household, the mother, the father, the child, building the health back into our bodies, back into our families, back into our common unity, back into our village, back into our nation. See, I want to make sure that people understand this one thing of when I'm speaking to my brothers and sisters, for those who are watching my video who are not of the black nation. I am not against anybody else outside of my race. I love everybody. I am one with all. But the thing is that the reason why I must, or many of us who are out here who are trying to wake up our brothers and sisters, is because in order for us to be able to strive towards unity of the whole so that we all can work together, we first have to know what it means to unify our own self so that we can unify our people. We haven't even unified our being yet so that we can unify our relationships between our husband and wife, or man and woman, so we can unify the household of man, woman, and child, so we can unify our neighbors, so we can unify our common unity, so we can unify our village, so we can unify our nation of black people, so that when a time comes, so that we can unite with others and work for a whole, even though we are in a sense separate, then you're going to start seeing change in this realm, in this physical world. But because so many of us are spiritually lost, that we don't know what it means to unify. We don't know what it means to be complete. We don't even know what it means to be whole anymore because we are so separated within ourselves. We're so separated within our own households. We're so separated within our own common unity. We're so separated within our village. We're so separated within our nation that how are we going to be able to unite and help another if we haven't even learned to help ourselves? We have to stop fighting against each other and do the things that we need to do so that we can be able to build everything back up. How are we going to be able to make ourselves and bring success within ourselves, within to our children, so that the children understand what it means to be successful? But what they see right now is all they hear is mom and dad complaining. Oh, I'm tired of the government doing this. The president did this, or the senator did this, or the mayor did this, or my representative did this, or they're not doing this. Look at my neighborhoods and all this other stuff is not clean. Have it ever occurred to you that maybe every Saturday morning you need to get up, take you and your family, grab some trash bags and one of those little things that allows you to pick up stuff so you won't get your hands dirty, and pick up the trash off of your neighborhood? I watched a woman who lived in Turner Station in Baltimore, where I used to live, where she went around the neighborhood every Saturday morning and she picked up the trash that was in the neighborhood that was left by the people who live in the common unity. But mostly of the younger generation, because the younger generation has no respect for themselves because they have no respect for the older generation, because the older generation has lost respect for themselves, so they don't know how to teach respect or show respect or represent respect to the younger ones. We need to make change. We need to stop coming up with excuses and stop blaming everybody else for our problems and start blaming who is the real problem, and that's us, because we make the choices to move or don't move. Some point you have to be tired of what you're doing. You have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired of your position that you're in. The position and the state of mind of your people. The position and state of mind of your own being. People don't even know what it means to be spiritual anymore. You think just because you read a book or you go to a temple or a synagogue or a church and all of a sudden you're spiritual. No, you are institutionalized. And this is your thought process to think that you're spiritual. All these these organizations are only religions are supposed to do is to spark you, to get you back on that line and that pathway, that journey that you should be on, to get you back to the spiritual. But most of us are not spiritual. Most of us are religious. Most of us are institutionalized or been indoctrinated. So we don't even know what is truth anymore. We don't even understand the stories that are written, the metaphorian stories, the allegories that are here to help us, because we are like children and we have to be talked to and shared with as children. We need to build our common unity back together again. And we first have to do that with each individual self, so that each person will stop blaming somebody else for their issues and their problems or their relationships, why their economic status is the way that it is, why they can't seem to get a job, why their health is all messed up, because nobody told you to eat the food that you're eating. Nobody told you to smoke that cigarette. Nobody told you to smoke the weed. Nobody told you to take the drugs. Nobody told you to drink the alcohol. You made the choices that you made. So what you're dealing with, your money issues, your health issues, your family issues, your relationship issues, the issue that you have with yourself, the fact that you are a lack of spirituality and your connection to God, that's about you and the choices that you've made. So in order to build our common unity, we first have to build self first. And once you start to build self first, you will find change in our common unity, in our nation of black people. I'm going to end this one because it's already long, but you understand what I'm saying to you. I love you with all my heart, and I hope to see a new day for all of us. Ma'at Hotep. Again, my name is Satra Niteret Kefe Abe Minuk Ma'at. Have a beautiful and blessed day.